Let's talk about the talk test really quick. So according to the American Heart Association, they incorporate, especially pulmonary rehabilitation, they incorporate the talk test. So the talk test is if you can speak, if you can talk pretty much more than 3 words or more, you're good. But there is a cutoff line. Let's say you're exercising and you can speak 3 or 4 or 5 words. Technically, you're in a good zone to be in. Okay, meaning you couldn't speak more than 3 or 4 or 5 words. You know, it puts you in a Borg scale or an active daily living scale, Borg scale of around a 4, 5, and 6, which is where you want to be at. But let's say somebody's exercising and they can speak 20 words, 30 words. That means they're not working hard enough to develop a tolerance to an exercise. Let's say I want to get more in shape. If I go jogging and I don't get my work of breathing up, I keep it very easy to breathe, it's not very hard to breathe, I might not benefit from that exercise as much as I would hope for. I would have to strive more. I would have to push myself a little bit harder to get my work of breathing to a manageable level, but being able to at least talk, 4 words or more. So first off, the talk test is how many words you can say. Like, let's say I'm exercising and I'm saying my breathing is manageable. Well, I'm saying 1 word every breath. If you didn't notice, I might have said my breathing is manageable, but if you listen to me, I was inhaling every time I said 1 word. Well, that's 1 word every breath. That means my work of breathing is at an 8, an unmanageable level. Basically, when I do things like this, I bring up a Borg scale and I'll put it from 0 to 10. At a 10 or a 9, those 8, 9, and 10 are the worst areas to be at on a Borg scale. What a Borg scale is it's a subjective scale. It's how you feel out of breath. So if somebody says, how out of breath do you feel, Jim? 10 being the worst, 0 being the least, which number would you give me? And let's say that person is exercising and Jim says, I'm at a 10. I'm like, no, you're not. No, I'm telling you I'm at a 10. That's how out of breath I am. I can't breathe at all. Then how are you able to talk? Okay, maybe I'm not at a 10. Maybe I'm at a 9. I said, well, a 9 or a 10, you couldn't be able to say any words. Let's say I'm doing this. I'm exercising and I do a talk test and I say, my breathing is manageable, so my breathing is okay. Where would I land at on a Borg scale? Does anybody know? Where would I land at on a Borg scale? 0.
I would say 0 or 1.
Yeah, 0. Because why? Why is that? So an 8. Yeah. So on an 8 on a Borg scale, it's unison with a talk test. Okay. Those 8, 9, and 10 are the worst levels to be at when you work out. You'll be like, you're trying your hardest to catch your breath. I would never do that to myself either. Okay, especially when I'm trying to develop a tolerance to a certain exercise, to develop more, more toleration to an exercise, basically. So, at a 9 and 10, couldn't say any words. 8, you would only be able to say 1 word every breath. So that means I'm exercising, and if I'm at an 8, which I should never be at. So let's say if somebody's exercising, I say, how out of breath do you feel, Jim? And Jim says, okay. Well, I'm hearing that he's saying 1 word and he has to breathe every time he says 1 word. Well, that's an 8. So his work of breathing is too high. That's the benefit of utilizing a talk test. Okay. So he's saying 1 word every breath, so that he has to slow down or breathe in deeper to be able to say more words than just 1 every breath. If he's at a 7, so remember, 8 starts at 1 word every breath. A 7, that's the next number down. 7, you should be able to say 2 words every breath. My breathing is manageable. That's a 7. Still too high. But that's a number. 7 is a number telling you when to slow down or stop. If you're at a 4, 5, and 6, you should be able to say 3 or up to 4 to 5 words. So if somebody is saying, my breathing is manageable, then they had to initiate another breath, that's a level you want to be at. That's where you want to be at. But if you're saying like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 words every breath. No, I'm okay. You know, I'm fine. You know, yeah, I'm completely okay. I can actually talk. I can walk. You know, that might be too comfortable. So you might need to speed it up. You know, speed up your activity to increase the work of breathing or decrease the talk test. So the less words you can say, the worse you're at. But the numbers are, if you can say 1 word every breath, 2 out of breath. If you can't say any words, you're completely out of breath. Okay, you should never be at a 7, 8, 9, and 10 ever on a Borg scale. So on a talk test, if you can say 3 or more words, keep going. But if you can say 6 or more words, push harder.